Right, we are going live. We're live!
Hey,
We're back!
we're going to talk freaking spoilers. I hope that you have seen this movie because,
Yes.
oh my goodness, here it is.
We're 11 minutes late. That's my fault.
Did we really?
That's my fault.
Oh my goodness, look, they're live.
Ah!
Oh, so.
But, sorry, before we get into spoilers, we went to Walgreens and got Diet Coke with a twist of mango. Twisted mango, sorry, and the guy at Walgreens dropped it.
Yeah, so it's probably going to explode, and if it explodes,
Sorry. It's dented all over. Okay, so I must have. There's no way that trip dented it that much. Okay.
Guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
All right, you ready? 3,
Sorry.
2, oh, to 1.
2-1.
Here we go. So, Infinity War spoiler talk. What do you think?
Oh my god, that's the worst thing I've ever had in my life.
That was worse than the 1989?
Yes, but it's not as bad as Big Red.
No, we wrote it all.
I hate man. 100%
Spoiler
spoilers.
talk.
We were gonna do one long one. The movie opens up basically where Thor Ragnarok ended.
Yeah.
They're on the Asgardian ship. It's kind of cool. It's like very quiet at the beginning when the Marvel slope. Oh my god.
As soon as the Marvel logo started showing up, I was like,
and you start
okay.
you hear this message,
stress call.
the stress call from this Asgardian ship. It's like help, blah 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 blah. We're being taken over, blah. And it starts off, and you hear Ebony Maw do what he does, talking about Thanos.
Like he's a religious figure.
Yeah, talking about like dabbing on him and all that. Yes, sorry.
No, you're all good. It just reminds me of my students.
I can't not dab.
So, essentially, you have Ebony Maw walking across all these dead bodies, and it's the Asgardians, and he's talking about how they have died being children of Thanos and blah 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 blah. And Loki's there, and well, yeah, at the point he's still alive. Heimdall's still kicking. You see Heimdall's still kicking at this point, and what is it? Thanos comes in, he's monologuing. It sounds like one of the monologues from the trailer. He has Thor in his hand, right? And he's like, give me the Tesseract or I'm going to blow his head off. And, Loki was like, all right, kill him. Yeah. So he starts trying to kill him. And Loki's like, no, I changed my mind. Here you go. Which is like really big for him.
For Loki, yeah.
Yeah, like it's actually kind of sad because like, God,
where they left off in the last movie, it made sense for Loki to do that. They left off as bro teens. Yeah.
And as he's giving the Tesseract to him, he says they have a Hulk, to which Hulk comes in and just starts like beating the crap out of Thanos. That's one of
my favorite
which
parts.
Like at first I was like, I don't like this.
Yeah.
I don't like that Thanos is getting his butt kicked.
Well, and then what's the big one name? Corvus Clave, whatever. Corvus Clave. That's him.
That's Corvus. That's
Who's the big one?
Cole Obsidian.
Cole Obsidian, which is Thanos' big son.
His big son.
The Black Order, that's the big guy.
Yeah.
Is like he's about to come in, and then Ebony Maw's like, let him have his fun. And Thanos isn't trying to punch back or anything. He's just taking it. And then all of a sudden, Hulk like pins him up against the wall, and Thanos just grabs his fist and then just goes.
I'm talking like.
And it wasn't even like Hulk fighting. Like it wasn't just like rage.
No,
it's
it was
all like tactical.
Yeah. Like martial arts.
Yeah, like.
Cobra Kai.
Hulk goes one way and like, he dodged it, aims for the ribs. It was sick.
Freaking beautiful.
Yeah.
It was just left and right. It just obliterated.
That was one of my favorite fight scene in the movie.
Really?
Yeah, oh yeah. Because that's the only one where he doesn't kind of get his butt handed to him.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. Because we'll talk about that later on when we talk about those fights, actually. But after that, after Hulk gets his butt handed to him, Heimdall sends him to Earth, which in turn gets Thanos to kill Heimdall.
Yeah, he pisses him off.
Which, then what is it? Loki gives Thanos the Tesseract. Thanos breaks it, puts the Infinity Stone into his gauntlet, and Loki's like pledging his allegiance or something like that, and then tries to kill him.
Yeah, you see him
gets a knife, tries to kill him. Thanos stops him, like right where the blade's like right there.
Still don't know what stone he would use that for, but
apparently he used the Space Stone for that one.
Okay.
I guess
because it happened in space.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. So I guess he could stop the space around it. I don't freaking know. So he essentially grabs his neck, chokes him out, kills Loki.
It's kind of gruesome too.
Yeah, it's nasty. It's icky. So,
and then throws him at Thor.
And he blows up the ship. Thor has this like final moment with Loki as the ship gets blown up. It was really, really sad. I mean, I feel bad for Thor. Like, he's lost everything.
Yeah.
Out of like all these movies, the only thing he hasn't lost is really the Avengers, I guess.
Yeah.
But
I remember when that scene happens, because right before that, because all the build up for this movie, all the Russo brothers, like, if you die in this film, you're dead, you're blah, blah, blah. And then you see Thanos, he's like, no resurrections. I'm like, we got it. So
yep. I get it, guys.
I hate myself for thinking of it. The first time I watched it, because that's the first 15 minutes. First time I watched it, he said that line. I'm like, is that what we're in for? Going to be one of those movies where they tell us,
hey guys, that's not happening.
They do let you know something. Almost every scene, you know what Thanos' plan is.
Yeah.
But at least that was the only time that they were like, if you die, you're dead. Which we all know. We'll get to the ending later.
Yeah.
But it's obviously not true.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we'll get to that. That's something I really want to talk about. But with
so
he lands in Doctor Strange's place.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange goes and gets Iron Man.
Yeah, and almost immediately.
I mean, it's just and then they pretty much you get the explanation of the Infinity Stones.
Mm-hmm.
He warns them, blah 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 blah. You can tell Tony knows that this is coming. He knew this was coming because this is the visions that he had from Age of Ultron
and Iron Man 3.
And Iron Man 3.
I will say this: last podcast we talked about the
movies that
top movies that you need to see for this movie. I will give you credit for watching every Marvel movie, because I only thought that those 10 were going to be important.
Mm-hmm.
They made references to every single Marvel movie. I think every single one except Iron Man 2.
And Incredible Hulk.
Incredible, yeah. I mean, even that, if you haven't seen Civil War, you're like, oh, who's that guy that Don Cheadle's talking to? Because Thunderbolt Ross is in this movie for a second.
Right.
So, I mean,
almost every single
movie.
one.
So I give you, I am sorry.
Well, how would we have known?
Right. So.
No, it was great. It was totally worth it. Gave me something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Although now that Infinity War happened, I'm like, what do I have to live for?
Right.
I have nothing to live
Infinity
for.
War 2.
Because
it's very obvious, because they said that this one's going to be like its own movie, and then the second one's going to be its own movie. This one's very obviously
it's a part one movie. It's definitely a part one.
It's probably the best part one I've seen, though, of any part one, part two movie I've seen, because like Harry Potter part one, so effing slow. Oh my god.
This one definitely wasn't.
My eyes out. It's so slow.
Yeah, like literally, you had the fight scene in the beginning.
Yeah, this one's
and then literally maybe I'd say 8 minutes later, you had the fight scene with Doctor Strange in New York.
Ebony Maw and what's his name?
Cull Obsidian.
That's what I said. Come down, because for some reason Thanos knows where the time and the Soul Stone, not the Soul Stone, Mind Stone. Sorry, he for some reason knows they're on Earth, which I guess he probably with the other two he probably feels a connection to.
Yeah,
I guess.
Yeah.
Ooh, something I want to touch on. I know we're jumpy here, but I kind of wanted to see him take down Xandar. Because when the movie starts, he's already got the Power Stone.
He's already got it. But and then they mentioned that Xandar got destroyed.
And that's it.
That's it.
It's like, we got it from Xandar.
Yeah. Thanos decimated Xandar. I wanted to see that.
I would have thought that was cool.
That would
have been a cool way to start off the film, but how they did start it was cool.
Mm-hmm.
So,
agreed.
I would have liked to see that, but it's fine, because I think if you added that, it would have been a very big movie. But because I mean, that one's probably easy to get to. Just go in there and clean house with the Nova Corps.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, no, it was. Yeah, I mean, like I would like to see it, but it didn't destroy anything for me.
Yeah.
The fight in New York was really, really cool.
That one was
with
cool.
Iron Man, Doctor Strange, and then Spider-Man. Really, honestly, when Spider-Man showed up, it was like straight up watching a comic book to me.
Yeah.
Like, you got Iron Man and Spider-Man fighting a monster in New York. Like, that freaking happens all the time. And
with Doctor Strange.
With Doctor Strange. It's like all the colors, all the like the things that they're doing, they're fighting, they're using the powers. I literally like was watching a comic book. It was the coolest thing ever. They're throwing quips at each other.
Yeah, it was cool.
Oh, it was the coolest thing ever. And ends. The idea is that they're trying to get the Eye of Agamotto, the Doctor Strange.
Yeah, the Time Stone.
Mm-hmm. They end up knocking Strange out and taking him into their ship
with Spider-Man attached to Strange because he was trying to get him.
Yep. And so Spider-Man's a stowaway on this thing. Iron Man's trying to catch up, and eventually gives him the Iron Spider armor,
which is cool.
It's cool. I liked it. I like the twist because the Iron Spider is from the comics, right?
Yeah.
Except his color palette in the comics is
like red and
it's Iron Man.
Yeah, it's red and crimson. Or
it's red and crimson.
It's crimson and like gold.
No, it's blue and navy.
No,
it's purple and indigo.
What are you saying?
Red and crimson.
That was forever ago.
It's So, this one looks really cool. I actually kind of prefer this one because it feels more like Spider-Man.
Yeah. Do you think we'll have it for Homecoming too?
I hope not. I don't know. I really like. I like the idea. I like Homecoming, or I like Spider-Man's like down to earthness. Yeah. You know that.
Sorry.
That was the one that felt most down to earth to me.
Yeah.
You know, and I think if you have an Iron Spider outfit like that, then he'd be extremely OP. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
he gets the Iron Spider suit.
The Iron Spider suit. They go off into space, and what is it? Bruce is like, all right, I gotta make a call.
Yeah.
I gotta call
someone. And it's Captain America.
Captain America.
Because it's on that flip phone from Civil War. And then it pans to the Guardians.
Is that one of the Guardians? Yeah, I knew it was either the Guardians or it was the Captain America scene with Corvus Glaive and Proxima Midnight. Or was that after?
I think it's after the Guardians one.
Okay.
Because it goes to the Guardians one and they're responding to the distress call at the very beginning.
Right.
And they're looking for, I guess, just
whoever. Yeah, and so
they see that everyone's dead.
Yeah, everyone's dead. Thor hits the windshield.
Yeah.
And Rocket's like, get it off.
Yeah,
hilarious. No, they get him back in and they're just stupid. And they get him into the ship and they're, of course, they're being the Guardians. They're cracking jokes.
Yeah.
Star-Lord's talking about his weight and they're like saying how beautiful Thor is. Hilarious. Because we're all thinking it.
Yeah.
We all know.
That was the one scene that felt very Guardians to me. The rest, every time you saw the Guardians after that, it was like the Russo brothers didn't really know how to write for them.
Right.
Because, I mean, they're good writers. Granted, Marvel probably writes 90% of the scripts.
Yeah.
They're
one way that's like the only way they can keep this all intertwined the way that I do.
But a lot of their movies have been super serious.
Yeah.
Civil War is there even a joke in Civil War until Ant-Man shows up?
Not really.
Falcon cracks a couple. Remember. Winter Soldier is straight up
like cats.
Yeah, and that's it. But
there's one of my favorite lines is from Winter Soldier, and it's when Nick Fury's driving the car, and they're like, "Oh, like all the systems are down," and then he's like, "What isn't down? Air conditioning is working properly," or something like that. Hilarious. But no, you're absolutely right. So Guardians. It's very Guardians.
Yeah, this scene is very Guardians.
And it was very, very good. I didn't know how well Thor would mix in with the Guardians, but it actually worked.
I think if it was
very well.
I think if it was the first two movie Thors, it wouldn't mix well, but Thor Ragnarok Thor mixed in very well.
Oh yeah.
It's like an Arnold Palmer. He was the lemonade to their sweet tea.
Yeah. What?
Sorry.
So no, it was great because they show up. He warns them about Thanos and clearly, Gamora knows something about the Soul Stone immediately, right?
She knows where she
is. Gamora knows where it is.
Yeah.
Thor mentions how no one's seen the Soul Stone in years, and she immediately gets this like look of so she knows about it. So that made me go like, okay, interesting, but he immediately is like, all right, I got to go off and to Vindimir.
Yeah.
And Rocket and Groot go with him, right? Because he's like, I'm going to make a new weapon because I need a new weapon. Because I didn't just discover that I had God powers, which I guess didn't really help him out when he fought Thanos. But no, it was cool. So he got to go get a weapon.
Yeah.
So he go get a weapon.
And then we're introduced to God. And this scene is cringy to me only because we're flash to Paul Bettany, Vision, and Scarlet Witch.
Yes.
She talks American in that scene. straight up does not even talk with a Sokovian accent.
I'd have to rewatch it.
Oh my god!
I didn't even pay attention.
100% American, and they don't really explain why he's human.
Yeah,
they don't need to, but I mean, like, it would have been nice.
I guess it's more attractive.
I guess, but I mean, like,
that's the best explanation.
So they're hanging out in, where was it? Like Sweden or something?
Something like that.
And they're hanging out, making out, touching.
That is true.
Touching nasty.
Yeah, they are. They are together now.
Yeah, which at the end of Civil War, they hated each other, where they were on different sides.
Yeah, they were on different sides.
I personally think, I know there are romance in the books. I think that this one is a little forced.
Yeah, this one feels a little.
In Civil War, they're on different sides, and she
he says a couple nice things. Down, yeah,
and now all of a sudden they're like living together. And
yeah,
God knows who, where,
right?
And so they are bumping uglies. They decide to go out for some reason, and they're just hanging out. They see on the TV that New York was attacked and Tony Stark's missing, which I don't know how they would know that.
That's a good point. Yeah.
And then he just gets
stabbed by Corvus Glaive, yeah.
Which, okay.
Oh, they were from Scotland. Thank you.
Scotland.
Thank you, chat.
That is Caitlin.
Thanks, Caitlin.
I don't know who Caitlin
Thomas is.
He said, "Ye Guardians."
Ye.
Sorry, I have the computer down here, so if you're in the chat, I'm so sorry. My back got hot, so I'll probably put it up there later.
No, with so you get the Corvus Glaive Proxima Midnight fight, and honestly, it's a lot of Vision get his butt handed to him.
Yeah, which,
like, he got stabbed, which I guess he's not used to, because like he's like vibranium.
But the rest of that is just Scarlet Witch just
throwing down, like, oh, I'm gonna throw you that way, I'm gonna throw you that way.
Which I like, the strong woman defending him, whatever. But I'm like, Vision is Vision.
Yeah,
he is like top level. Those are the two probably of the Avengers that we've been introduced to.
Two of the strongest, for sure.
Two of the strongest ones, at least on Earth, because now Thor, I guess, is the strongest. But yeah, and then they just kind of get their butts handed to them.
Yep. But
had the humans not showed up.
Yeah, you got Cap.
Normal ass humans, except for Cap.
Yeah, Cap, Falcon, and Black Widow show up, and they tear house with them left and right, gone, done.
Yeah.
So So that happens, and then they're taking him. They get him in the Quinjet.
And they take him to
the Avengers facility.
Why?
Because Banner, I guess.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, I never put two and two together.
Yeah,
I wondered.
Banner.
Both times they went there, and both times I saw it, I was like,
"Why are you guys there?
Why are they going there? If they're just gonna go to Wakanda anyway." Spoiler. But this is a spoiler.
Yeah, this is spoiler talk. We're there. Yeah, we're fine. So with so they go to the Avengers facility where Ross is talking to Rhodey.
Don Cheadle. His name. Oh my God, I can never remember his name.
Yeah.
Rodney Thrift. Rodney Thrift. I went to high school with that.
James Rhodey.
That's what I said.
James Rhodes. Sorry.
Yes.
But so Rhodey essentially says "F you" to Secretary of State General Thunderbolt Ross.
Yeah, because he sees them and he's like, "Hey, arrest them," because in Civil War, Thunderbolt Ross, I guess, made the Sokovian.
He was the one that gave him the Sokovia Accords, yeah.
Which
he was the one enforcing it.
I don't want to talk about Civil War because we're not.
Right.
But why would he give them the Sokovian Accords like days before the UN voted on it?
So
like almost like 2 days before. He's like, you have 2 days to decide or something like that.
Yeah.
Like,
hey, here's a huge career-making decision. You got about 48 hours to decide.
Not right. That's all I'm going to talk about that movie. But why? So whatever.
So moving into, so pretty much, what is it? Hulk tells them, hey, this is the issue. This is what they're going for.
We have to find some way to take the Soul Stone out
and destroy it.
Yeah, because they're like, your brain isn't just the Mind Stone. Mm-hmm. It's Ultron. It's you. It's me. It's Banner. It's Stark.
Mm-hmm.
It's all
these multiple people.
Yeah.
Which, segueing again, made me think that made me think you can have the potential of getting Ultron again.
Yeah, they probably won't.
Yeah, I'm just like, because Shuri's working.
Even in the Ultron movie, I thought he was going to be bad at first, but he's like, I am not Ultron. I'm like, dude, half of you is Ultron.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not a genius by any means, but literally in the picture they show, it's like this half was Ultron, this half
is not. Yeah, so yeah, he's definitely got Ultron in him. I think that's going to be that might be a way to get him. I don't know. We'll talk about it later.
He dies.
We're talking about
Vision. Ultron.
Oh, yep.
Sorry, Vision. Vision gets the Soul Stone.
It was nasty too.
I think he's dead.
I mean, I think
he's dead for
like a freaking egg.
But that's later. That's literally the end.
That's literally the end.
So they're in the New Avengers facility. They're talking about that, and then it pans to, I guess,
Wakanda.
No, Wakanda's later.
No, well, yeah, it pans to Wakanda for a little bit because they're like, oh, well, how can we get that out? No. And Cap's like, there's one thing, there's only one place I can think of, and you hear all the drums, and then it goes to Wakanda, and then it shows Black Panther giving the arm to
just
real quick. Real quick.
I guess a really panning in the White Wolf thing.
Yeah.
White Wolf.
Not completely different character.
Not even a big arc in Black Panther comics at all.
Nope.
It is the third picture on Google that is Marvel related. If you type in White Wolf, it is the third picture on Google Images. It's finally a picture of something Marvel related. Even if you type in White Wolf Marvel.
White Wolf, it would just give you a wolf that is white.
Oh yeah, that's why I said White Wolf Marvel.
White Wolf. God! White Wolf. So, yeah, that happened. That was just real quick. Yeah. Let's see what happens after that.
Goes to
Tony. Yeah, and he's essentially torturing D-Strange to get him to give him the.
I don't know why, because the stone is in some kind of spell. He tried it earlier. I'm like, dude, even if you kill him,
yeah,
and
he says that.
He's like, if I kill you, I'll still have failed, right?
He's so pretty much just trying to torture him into giving him the stone.
Yeah.
And then Tony and
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. He's like, all right, give me a plan. How are we gonna save him? He's like, you ever see that really old movie, Aliens?
Yeah.
You remember that line that everyone liked in the first movie?
Yeah.
Let's do another one.
Russo brothers are so original.
Yeah. No, don't get me wrong. It was actually really cool. Yeah.
But
it was really funny. And so essentially they're like, hey, you remember that movie Aliens? And then they blast.
Yeah, they blast it out.
Yeah.
Don't touch her, you bitch. And then
No, it's awesome. That's the line. And so it blows the hole out. Ebony Maw goes through and he's like, and he's all frozen and dead and stuff.
Do you have aliens here?
I
do have aliens here.
I have both.
The first one's, I like the first one better.
I gotta rewatch it.
It's better.
Yeah. So, Squidward. Oh, that line's awesome.
I'll put this up here.
Yeah.
We got our whole little Thanos corner.
Yeah. So, yeah, they're essentially trying to figure out like, okay, we gotta fly this ship. We're out in outer space. Blah blah blah. Doctor Strange says the line something along the lines of, "If it comes between you, the kid, or the Soul Stone, I will not hesitate to." Oh, this time stone.
It's so easy to say Soul Stone. I've said it every time.
I will not hesitate to sacrifice you guys for the stone, right? And yeah, that was rough.
Didn't live up to it though, but
I have a theory about that.
Yeah, me too. But I didn't like Doctor Strange in this movie. I thought, and I know it's his character, I just thought he was like unreasonably a dick.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
well, he's kind of like that.
I know he is, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I just like in his movie, I'm like, I get it, dude. Mm-hmm. You're arrogant. I get it. I would think he's a little bit more humble in this movie, with his magical powers and all.
Right.
But he was kind of a jerk, which, I mean, Tony Stark was a jerk, but that's just Tony Stark.
Yeah.
So I still like the character of Doctor Strange and Benedict Cumberbatch, but in this movie, I was like, it's okay.
Right.
It's whatever.
Mm-hmm.
There's just like that line was intense, but other than that, I was just like, okay.
Yeah, which made me think, I was like, is that like foreshadowing?
No.
Or something? It's not. But when I was watching it the first time, like literally everything everybody said, I was like, ooh, So with I guess we can go to Thor at this point. Let's hop over to Thor for a little bit.
Let's just go ahead and get all of Thor.
Let's get all the Thor. Okay, good, because I don't want to talk about that forever.
Every reviewer I've seen loves this part of the movie, and I didn't, and that makes me so sad because usually in like Avengers movies, Thor has always been like my least favorite part. And then with Thor Ragnarok being my favorite MCU film, I was like, okay, I'm so excited for Thor. And then this movie again gets another crappy part. Basically, it's him trying to get Stormbreaker, which is basically another axe.
Freaking cool axe, too.
It is. But in order to do it, he's got to have the sun or the beam of a dying star to molt all this iron. And so he goes to this place, this forging place.
Yeah, Peter Dinklage's house.
Peter Dinklage's house with Groot and Rocket. So they go to this forging place, and there is something cool there. I thought it was very just coincidental that the guy that he went to just happened to make the Infinity Gauntlet, because there's a mold for the Infinity Gauntlet that you see. Yeah. And he's like, "Did you make that?" And then Peter Dinklage was like, "Yeah, Thanos made me make it. He said he would like spare all my friends' lives or whatever if I made it." He makes it. He killed all the dwarves except for Peter Dinklage and cut off his arms. And so he has these metal arms, so he can't really forge anything. So True. Thor had to do everything.
Thor had to do it manually, and
but ironically enough, he's like 10 feet tall.
Yeah, I thought that was funny.
Nothing against Peter Dinklage, but he's not 10 feet tall.
Yeah, and like dwarves in like Norse mythology aren't known for being tall. Like, it was just really funny.
I thought it was
like. And I guess if they're working with things as big as they are, I mean, like, they have to be that. I don't know. It was really funny. So
basically the place is shut down for some reason.
So they're all dead.
Yeah, Thor had to get the power back on. So they do this weird thing in space that I still don't understand the physics of. Basically, Rocket flies the ship, Thor grabs it and then pulls it. And
it makes
it just start turning.
Yeah, it pretty much restarted the flames of the star.
Yeah.
And then he had to like hold it open to make the beam melt the metal
to his chest.
Yeah, taking the power of a star to him.
I mean, I think it's like that whole thing, like when a mom's baby is under a car, she has the adrenaline to pick up that car.
Yeah.
I think he's just fueled by hate and anger at this point.
That'll do it.
That's probably what kept him alive during that, because I honestly think any other time that would have killed him. Would have killed anyone.
Oh, yeah.
I probably would have made it, though. I mean...
Yeah, you get an angry person.
Ain't no thing.
Ain't no thing, though. So, it's just like he eventually makes it, and they make the metal, and
they don't have any wood.
They don't have
any holder to put it with.
He's like, "Where's the handle?"
Yeah.
You know, and
he probably would have found it eventually. But Groot does this cool little thing.
He is the handle.
Yeah, and then cuts his arm off.
Yeah.
So
he's the handle.
Yeah.
And, the hammer can summon the Bifrost, which we find out later.
Yeah.
Because holy crap.
Yeah, but
before we get to that,
all that happens in the course of like 3 or 4 different scenes.
Yeah, which are in between like even cooler scenes.
So we just decided to get it out of the way.
So we just wanted to get all that out of the way. So I say we talk Guardians for a second. We haven't talked about Thanos We haven't really talked about Thanos a lot.
Thanos is in the movie a lot more than we've talked about.
Yeah, let's talk about what happens. Because really, if you think about it, if you really watch it this way, it's almost like it's his movie.
Yeah, it's not an Avengers movie at all. It's a Thanos movie.
Yeah, which is cool because, I mean, what is it? They go to nowhere because that's where the Reality Stone is.
Yeah.
And I thought this was really cool because you see Thanos interrogating the Collector, and Gamora goes in there, kicks his butt, stabs him in the throat.
Yeah, with like this knife that
he gave her.
Because before that, you see a flashback of Thanos as taking her planet over and only killing half the population. By the way, you're reminded of his plan almost every freaking scene that he's in. He only kills half. Thanos is here to kill half the population.
He killed half the population.
He killed half the population, and he can do it with a snap. He can kill half with a snap. I'm like,
and even he says it. He was like, "Oh, with the snap of my finger."
At a point, like, I got it.
Yeah, I got your idea. I got your plan.
I got it, dude. Like, oh my god. So he goes to Gamora's planet, and you see him like grab little Gamora because she's not like looking at him, like runs away scared. She's just like, "Hey, where's my mom?
Yeah,
dog, come here. Let me give you a fist bump. You know, my bro." So,
God.
So she's not scared of him. So Thanos, I guess, liked that and took her under her wing and like was like, if I'm Thanos, this is Gamora. Behind me, there's like Gamora, whatever her race is. There's green people here and green people here. And then all of a sudden you just hear Ebony Maw talking in the background and like doing this thing he did at the beginning of the movie, talking about like praise be to Thanos. And people only shoot half of one side. The other half lives. And and you see all these soldiers like shooting half of the crowd, which I'm like, there we go.
Get half, yeah.
Literally, there's half while he's talking to Gamora, giving her.
He's being like really sympathetic to her.
Yeah, he like gives her this knife, and it's like it's perfectly balanced. So there's too much on one side, it falls over. Too much on the other, it falls over. I'm like, okay, I get it. That's also happening behind you. So whatever. But that
stabs him in the throat.
The whole point of that is he gives her like a personalized knife. So when they go back to the Collector on Nowhere, she stabs him in the heart with that knife, and then he starts dying. Blah blah. And then you see like I think he's dead at this point, and then you hear him start talking again, and you're like, what the heck? And then like all of a sudden you just see this like red. He fades away to red, and you see like this red like pixels behind him, just like turning everything that was like look nice and stuff to like fire,
right?
Using the reality stone that he already got. So
and you
all
see
of that
him,
was fake.
He's got the reality stone. He's like, reality can be whatever I want it to be. Right. And oh my goodness, I can't believe we forgot this. Before all of this, Gamora made that if Thanos got Gamora, Star-Lord would kill her, right? Because she knows where the Soul Stone is. And they kiss, so they're together. So you know that. He gets her. Star-Lord shows up. He's pointing the gun at him, and she's like, "Yeah, no, not him." And he put the gun at her. And oh my god, that first time I watched that, I was like, "Oh my gosh, this whole scene."
He doesn't do it. Thanos like puts her closer to Chris Pratt to do it. And at that point, I knew, I'm like, okay, because he knows that she knows where the Soul Stone is.
Yeah.
You don't know that he knows, but like.
He knows.
You know he knows.
Yeah.
He like pulls her closer, like, "Hey, bro, do it." Then he shoots, and it's just bubbles. It's just bubble gun.
Because he did the reality stone on his blaster.
Yeah, and then it teleports her out.
So it teleports her out.
And then that's it of that scene.
Yeah. He says, "I like you."
Yeah, and then
which made me think, I want Thanos to tell me that.
I don't.
That he likes me.
Well, I mean, obviously he doesn't like him because he turns to ash.
Right. Oh yeah, good point. So he has her cut back to her his ship, I guess. What happens after that?
Yeah, you go back to his ship, and he's talking to Gamora, and she's basically like, "I hate you. I hate this place. I hate everything." She's talking kind of like a teenager,
right?
And then he like shows her that he has Nebula. She's all like torn apart and stuff, and he's like, "Where's the Soul Stone?" And like he uses his gauntlet to torture Nebula, and she's like, "I don't know where it is." And then it just happens to show Nebula or Gamora talking to Nebula, which was this in Guardians 2? Because I don't remember.
Wasn't in any movie. Wasn't in any movie whatsoever.
Because it just like it was almost like look like
it was from Guardians 2 or something,
or like something that we should know. But she is telling Nebula, "I know where the Soul Stone is, but I burned the map." And then like she just happened to be recording that. I guess she's always recording, but Thanos got that little part, and so he's like, "Okay, I know you know where it is." So she takes him there, and this is a part I knew all the spoilers going into this film. I didn't know about this one. She goes to this random ass planet that the Soul Stone is on,
right?
Which when we were all speculating,
we all got completely wrong.
Yeah, it's random. It's some random planet.
Random planet
protected by Red Skull.
Who would have saw that coming?
Which was cool. I thought that was cool.
Who saw that coming? So anybody?
He was apparently sent there after World War II. I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, it was really freaking cool.
Because when he started talking, I was like, "Is that a German accent?" And then he takes off the hood, and it's Red Skull.
Yeah.
And I was like,
that was so freaking cool.
That was tight.
He explains to him that you have to sacrifice someone that you love.
Soul for a soul.
A soul for a soul. Someone that you love for this stone. And that's comic accurate.
Yeah.
That's comic accurate. So I thought that was really cool. But as soon as he says it, Gamora starts laughing, saying, "You don't love anything." But then he turns around and he's crying. Like, genuinely, he looks really upset. And she's like, "Are you for real? You're crying about this?" And Red Skull's like, "Those aren't for him." To which she has the "oh crap" face. We have the "oh crap" face. Like, he's going to kill her. I know this because I mean, every toy that for the movie, he has Soul Stone.
Yeah, and I saw this reviewer today talking about how, like, there's some really good toy company.
Hot Toys.
How they, like, spoiled this movie by showing him how the full Infinity Gauntlet. We all knew.
Well, yeah, literally, if you
every
saw
other toy had it.
the Infinity Gauntlet was completed.
Even the freaking pop has it completed. So
all the pops have.
You knew it was gonna happen.
Yeah.
There's even a trailer that shows him if you zoom in with all the 4 except for the
Time Stone, which was just because you didn't see it.
You didn't see it, but he's had every stone except for Visions. So yeah.
So definitely. Yeah, he gets the Time Stone by throwing Gamora off a cliff. Gamora is dead. Died. Of all the people that I thought was going to die in this movie, did not think Gamora was going to be it.
I didn't like that they showed her dead body.
Yeah, and then you saw the blood coming off her head. Yeah,
we both have a theory about it, and we have the same theory. I don't think she's dead. I think she's inside the Soul Stone.
It said soul for the Soul Stone. I think if you either destroy the Soul Stone or get it back from that person, I don't know. It will give that person their soul back or whatever.
Only way to get a Soul Stone is to trade a soul for a soul, and the soul trade eating soul food. Off the soles of your feet.
You said that without missing a beat.
Follow me on Instagram at DylanEllis205.
The focus is out.
Sorry.
There we go. Stupid. So he has a Soul Stone now, and he goes to Titan. He was gonna meet because that's where he was gonna rendezvous with Ebony Maw to go get the Time Stone.
Yeah.
Well, he goes there, and the Time Stone's there. No Ebony Maw.
Doctor Strange
sitting there. Sorry. This is right after they met up with the Guardians.
Yeah.
Mantis, Star-Lord. You get a little tussle with them, and one of my wife's favorite lines. What is it? Doctor Strange is like, "Who's your master?" And Chris Pratt's like, "Oh, what am I supposed to say? Jesus?"
Yeah, it's funny.
Hilarious. So freaking great.
I thought their meetup was funny. My favorite part of the movie is when Robert Downey Jr. I never call him Tony Stark.
Yeah, I know.
When Tony Stark realizes what he's got himself into, he's talking to the Guardians, and they're just like, Chris Pratt's just being so stupid.
Yeah, they're all being just
it's
super
that line
dumb.
From the trailer where Chris Pratt's like, "I like your plan. I think it's good.
Except it sucks.
It sucks. So if we go with mine, it'll be really good." And then Tony Stark, instead of saying "wow," he stares at the camera for like a minute.
It's like Jim from The Office kind of moment, like that. And it was just, didn't have to say anything. It was beautiful. It was great. Because it's just like, you could just tell he's like, "Oh my God, I got to fight Thanos with this freaking band of idiots." It was great.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it was so good. So, very important part. Right after that meeting, you see Doctor Strange going all like seizure while his Time Stone's going off, right?
Yeah.
And he says, I looked into the future. I saw about 14 million, something 6 different outcomes of how this is going to go. Like, Tony asks, "How many did we win?" And he said 1.
Yeah.
He said, "We only won 1 time." All right. Yeah. Which is important moving forward. So Thanos shows up, tears house for a little bit. Like, well, actually, take that back.
He gets except for one little move that he does where he takes the moon, and that
was after he got his butt kicked, because at first he's like he's blood-handed. They're all like just completely demolishing him. Yeah. They keep stopping him from closing his fist, and at a point,
this is a part of the movie where I like hated it.
Yeah,
because they get him, they have him, and they're getting the gauntlet off. And Mantis
has him, like in control,
him in like some kind of like not sleep, but like
trance,
almost trance kind of thing. And Chris Pratt walks up. And he's like, "Yo, dog, where's Gamora?" And he's kind of giving like one-word answers. Thanos is, because he's in this weird trance. Mm-hmm. And then Nebula's behind him, and she's like, "He's got the Soul Stone." Mm-hmm. And Gamora didn't come back. And that's when Chris Pratt realizes. And the gauntlet is almost off at this point. And Chris Pratt starts punching him. And I hate that part of the movie. Like, I hate it because I'm like, okay, y'all are so close, but I'm like, that's so not Star-Lord's character.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. It pisses me off.
He's very emotional. Like, he gets very emotional very quickly, because he kind of did the same thing with Ego.
Who killed his mom.
Yeah, he killed his mom. This guy killed his girlfriend, but as soon as he found out he killed his mom, he just started shooting him, right?
I get that. I get that.
This one,
because
it was like...
he didn't really know what Ego was capable of. And this one, you know what Thanos is capable of with the Infinity Gauntlet. I'm like, dude, Tony probably would have given you the Infinity Gauntlet just to have your way with Thanos for a little bit. So I do hate that part of the movie, and that's the part of the movie that because every time I watched it, when we watched it the second time, I was like, dude, you're such an idiot. So that's where I like. If you watch the previous podcast, I said that I just feel like the Russo brothers didn't really know how to write the Guardians, and I think that was just something that wasn't really his character,
right?
Because I don't know, and like even their relationship seemed kind of not forced, because it
was building up throughout the.
But like even in Guardians 2, it felt like he liked her a lot more than she liked him, and then also
there was like one line at the end.
Yeah,
it implied.
And then in this movie, she's like, "I love you." I'm like,
"I love you more than anything." Yeah, I'm like,
"Do you though?
Do you really?
You ever had a toaster strudel?"
Yeah, that's love right there.
That's love right there.
Yeah.
I don't care what you say.
I don't care what you say, lady.
And like it's literally off of him.
Yeah.
So they pull the Infinity Gauntlet off of him. Thanos wakes up, grabs
it, puts it back on, and tears house. He shows them what for. Freaking grabs a moon,
which wasn't as cool as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I thought it was
because in the trailer I thought it was going to be like moon. But it's only like asteroids.
Yeah, he takes like chunks of the moon and throws it at him, and it's just freaking cool.
That's the world we live in, where I don't think that throwing a moon is as cool as I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah, I remember when I heard that was something that he did in the movie. I was like, I just thought that was the coolest, and I was like,
it's so cool.
How in the world are you guys even gonna think about beating him?
Just avoid the asteroids,
I guess.
Asteroids that size.
I'm hoping now that he has the entire Infinity Gauntlet and he fights him in the fourth one, you'll actually see the potential of the Infinity Gauntlet. Like I wanted to see him like straight up punch someone through time. Like I wanted to see him punch the Hulk in the stomach, and the Hulk like falls down in the time of the dinosaurs or something like that.
Yeah,
like you can do such crazy things with the Infinity Gauntlet, and honestly, like he just kind of blasted people with his purple thing, like the reality stone was really cool in some scenes, and throwing the moon was really cool, but he didn't really utilize it in ways that I thought he would. You know what I mean?
He utilized every stone like at least once, so you could see kind of what it did, but you didn't really see what it could do as a collective whole.
Didn't really see what the Soul Stone could do.
You didn't.
Yeah.
He
only used it once.
I don't really know.
He only used it at one time, and that was to figure out, because when he's fighting Doctor Strange multiplies himself, and he finds out which one he is based off of the Soul Stone and the Power Stone, and pretty much defeats them all. I genuinely thought Iron Man was going to die.
Oh, yeah. So he throws the moon. Spider-Man's getting all the Guardians because they all, I guess, passed out or whatever, and Doctor Strange was kind of sitting there. So it's Iron Man versus Tony. Sorry, Iron Man versus Thanos.
Yeah.
And for some reason, Thanos knows who he is.
Yeah, I think it's because
of his mind.
I think it's because Iron Man kind of destroyed his ship. He was the one that stopped the invasion, essentially. So that might have been one way, or it might have been the fact that he had a vision and somehow that connected him. I don't know. I'm thinking they'll explain it. Later, because I thought
it was cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
I thought it was cool that it had them two face off, because Thanos did his first appearance was in an Iron Man comic, and it's also Iron Man.
That is true.
So
that is true. I thought that was cool.
But so they fight. Tony pulls out the sword. Doesn't do dick against him.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It breaks the blade
and stabs
him in the gut. I thought that was it.
I knew it was.
But one of my I know because you read the spoilers. I was like, oh my god.
So then Doctor Strange is like, dude, I'll give you the time stone if you save his life. And he's like, no tricks, wizard. And then he gives him the time stone. Basically, I'm pretty sure that Tony Stark's going to be a big part in it, because I'm pretty sure the only way to do that is to because with that one outcome
where they won,
I'm pretty sure it involves Tony Stark in some way.
And it involves the time stone. Yeah, him having all the stones, because he looked reluctant, like, because like we mentioned earlier, he said this isn't going to, like, I would choose the stone over you guys, and then all of a sudden he's like, I will trade the stone for your life.
Yeah,
which I was like, that makes no sense.
Yeah.
But then when I thought, I was like, wait a second, he saw one outcome.
Yeah.
And that one outcome might be if I have to give him the stone.
Tony Stark has to be
Because
alive.
they're gonna win in the end.
Because there's still movies.
Because they still have to have movies, and they just bought out Fox, so they have to have the X-Men and all that. I'm really excited about that. I know you're not, but that's another story.
I'm excited for Fantastic Four.
I am too. I'm excited for Fantastic Four's villains. There, I said it.
Yeah.
I guarantee.
I hate it.
We'll talk about it later. So, because I have to, I'll go off on a tangent about that. So he stabs him, and I really like what he says as he stabs him. He's like, reassures him. He's like, listen, half of humanity is still going to exist when I'm done.
Oh, yeah. Right? He let you know his plan again.
Well, but I like the way he did it. Because he stabs Iron Man, and he knows he's about to die. He's like, you have my respect. I'm just reassuring you, half of humanity is still going to exist, and I hope they remember you. And I was just like, that was just such a bro moment. I was like, you go, man. Like, that's, I mean,
I get it.
He kills him, or he stabs him, and then he's like, he reassures him, like, listen, I'm not killing everybody. Yeah. Like, I know he says his thing a lot, but that one was different to me because he was like reassuring, which like villains don't do, which it was just really freaking cool, you know?
Captain Scarf, yes, I absolutely do. Do I think Star-Lord messed it all up?
Oh,
yes, 100%.
Heck yeah.
I think it was stupid. I think Star-Lord
deserved to He's very emotional.
And I hope he doesn't come back.
Well, he was very emotional, and that part was very true to. But I think in that moment,
in that moment, I still if I found out that Thanos killed
your girl,
yeah, I'd be pissed. But I'd be like, okay, they have the Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah, get that thing so I can smack him in the face. Yeah.
Like I would put 2 and 2 together and be like, let me have a round at him real quick. And then I'll give it back. I'll do whatever you want. Give me the time stone real quick. We'll put that in there so I can reverse time and get her back.
Right.
So I don't know.
Yeah, no, he definitely screwed things up with that.
I mean, I would do everything to Thanos.
Right.
But I would do it after.
Right. Yeah, I would do it after I would get the glove off.
Maybe that's just me because, like, he knows what Thanos is capable of.
Right.
Spider-Man and Tony Stark kind of do. They've only heard stories.
Right.
But he literally just saw Thanos turn his gun to a bubble gun. So
a bubble gun.
Yeah. So I would have done it after the Infinity Gauntlet came off. I think you ruined it.
Yeah, I think you ruined it.
Sorry. But
so from there, Wakanda scene, we haven't talked about that at all.
Okay, yeah, well, he kills Iron Man or stabs him. Doctor Strange gives him the time stone. I guess the thing just fell out of him, and then Tony
pulled it out.
Tony uses his stuff and fixes it, and so
they got their butts kicked.
Yeah, and he leaves their asses on Titan, and so he goes to Wakanda where there's this big battle going on, basically to get the
they're trying to get the Mind
Stone from Vision, and I really think that battle was all just a front to get all the heroes to one side, and so they could get
Corvus into
which I don't know how he got past the shield.
I don't know.
But it was cool.
Yeah.
So Shuri the whole time is basically like the whole goal of the Wakanda scene is to get the Mind Stone off of Vision and still keep him alive.
Yeah.
Which there's ways to do it. The Soul Stone is just a small part of his. It's like a quarter part of his consciousness. So they're doing that, and the whole time the battle's basically to distract the Avengers and for the Avengers to distract them so they can save Vision's life. And while that's happening, the whole point is to get the Mind Stone off and destroy it. That's it. So it doesn't work out.
Nope.
There's this huge ass battle going on. Thor shows up.
Oh,
which is the coolest part ever because he's wearing his Thor armor with Rocket and Groot. There's the awesome line where Groot's killing people and Thor's like, "This is my new friend," and he says, "I am Groot," and then Captain
I am Steve Rogers.
Awesome.
Hilarious.
Yeah, it's hilarious. So,
Thor freaking tears house.
And then Bruce Banner's in the Hulkbuster armor. I guess
Hulk didn't want to come out after his.
So I guess that's the first time we've ever seen Hulk beat. Really.
Yeah.
We saw him beat in Age of Ultron, but it was his mind was taken over, and at that point, him and Banner have kind of had the same mind, but also separate minds as well.
Right.
So I think there's a lot to why Hulk didn't come back.
Right.
It's very disappointing for me. I would have liked to see him come back at the end.
Yeah.
At least.
They're saving it for 4, I guess.
But I mean, what's he gonna do if Thanos already beat him?
That's true.
So I think the whole point of that is if you saw Thor Ragnarok, Thor is like this gladiator god on that planet who was undefeated for like 2 years.
Right.
So I just think the whole point, the Hulk was just like, I've never been beaten before.
Right.
Kind of like a Ronda Rousey move. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, right.
She was like this big shit for like 3 years because she was undefeated. All of a sudden, she gets her butt beat, and she was like, I thought about killing myself. I'm like, miss me with that.
Yeah.
So it's whatever. But I think he'll come back in Avengers 4. So I think that's why he didn't show up. But Bruce Banner's in the Hulkbuster armor and doing, oh my God, her snake just yawned.
Yeah. Isn't it the coolest thing?
Yeah, I guess.
It's weird, isn't it?
If you're into snake yawns.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. No, what?
Sorry, we got a new subscriber.
Hi.
Captain Scarf subscribed.
Sweet.
Thank you so much.
Captain you are the Scarf. Man, my friend. Yep. What do you say?
Why did we think Hulk was so scared? I didn't even see
that. Oh, yeah, because that, well, you kind of.
Yeah, we just talked about
that. Yeah, because he honestly had never gotten his butt kicked, especially that quickly.
Yeah.
And he just was like, nope, not doing that again.
So Bruce Banner's in the Hulkbuster armor, doing a pretty fine job with it. I mean, it looked a little beat up, but what am I saying? It looked like you could obviously tell he had never.
He had never done it before. He was like, oh, it's just like being the Hulk, and he actually kind of held his own. Like he ended up killing Cole Obsidian.
It was cool too.
Yeah, that was cool.
He gets
scraped him across the
he like shield
and
one of the arms
blew up
from the Hulkbuster and like shoots it up and just starts scraping up against the Wakanda shield and blows up. But so all like the Black Order start getting picked off one by one. What's her name? The girl.
Proxima Midnight.
The girl who looks like Jack and Dexter.
Proxima Midnight.
She has a little battle with the ladies.
Mm-hmm.
That's a gruesome death. That's a little
That
dark.
Was rough, yeah. She gets lifted up.
Yeah,
and
Scarlet
there's
Witch
like
lifts her up. There's like these General Grievous.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. Yeah.
That's what I whispered to you in the theater. You just looked at me like.
I totally just, I was too busy like, it's stuff.
Yeah, and I was like, it's General Grievous. And you're like,
it's stuff. So,
yeah. Things that look like General Grievous.
His little car thing, just tearing house, just eviscerated her.
Yeah, Scarlet Witch lifts her up while one's going by, and you even see like her blood on
Black Widow, and she's like, "That's gross."
Yeah,
it was awesome.
They get started, and then what's this one's name again?
Corvus Glaive.
He stabs Vision again. And Caitlin said something like any other man. Caitlin said he loses every single fight he's in this movie. Yeah,
Corvus?
Yeah, no, Vision.
Yeah,
Vision sucked in this movie. I'll say it.
Well, I think like him getting stabbed made like his systems go awry. Because there's especially that. But Corvus's glaive, like his actual spear, is like physically can go through anything. So screw the fact that you're made out of vibranium. That thing's gonna go through you, and I think that messed with his internal systems, which made him a worse. Like he couldn't phase. He said that.
Yeah.
And if he can't phase, that means he can't make himself harder. Like the diamond. So I can't even remember if he flew.
He flew. He hovered.
Yeah, like I think like that messed up with his powers. In the
first fight, I don't know about in the second one, but basically,
Cap comes in.
They find out the Vision has been kind of taken by Corvus Glaive or something. They're fighting in the forest,
right?
And I don't know if Shuri's dead or not.
No,
Shuri fell down, but she just stood there. So
yeah, she got knocked out, but she's fine.
Yeah, I hope she'll be fine. There's a Black Panther 2 announced, so
yeah, we'll talk about all of that in a little bit.
So they're fighting in the woods. Captain shows up and he's about to get stabbed, and then all of a sudden you see Vision finally get to Corvus Glaive.
Yeah,
stabs him. The one time he does anything good in the movie, he finally stabs him, and then he dies. So that's all the Black Order is officially dead at this point.
Right.
And then what happens? Oh,
Thanos shows up.
Yeah, but why did the creatures go away?
Did the creatures go away? I don't remember the creatures going away.
Creatures went back to their ship.
They did? I do not.
Oh yeah, I guess when the Black Order, because I remember Thor started like flying through their ships and they're trying to escape.
Oh right, yeah.
I don't remember why they started leaving. I may have missed that both times.
Yeah.
If you know
why, I guess they were getting their butts kicked, and so they're like, oh, let's run.
Or they knew that Thanos was about to show up. And they're like, I don't want to be part of this.
Nope. So, I don't. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess all of them died because Thor was just going through their ships like ain't no thing. So Thanos shows up.
And it's literally just like left and right. I'm charging at him.
Yeah. There's a cool shot with Captain America.
I mean, you saw it from the trailer.
And he did.
Like, he actually gets a couple of punches in.
Yeah. And then he slams him in the face, punches him in the face.
And he's down.
I saw this one, and I'm so glad it wasn't true, but on Reddit, I was looking at spoilers, and one of the spoilers was he turns Captain America back to how he was before the super soldier serum. So he like turns old and skinny again. I was like, I hope that doesn't happen.
Why would they say that in a spoiler? That doesn't happen.
Well, I mean, that was before even the press screening. It was like a leaked script, but it wasn't. None of the stuff happened because they said that he also died. Thanos stepped on his head.
Oh my gosh!
So when all the spoilers came out,
that didn't happen. Then
yeah.
Okay.
Well, all this there's this ridiculous spoiler. But because it said that Thanos died at the end too. And it showed Annihilation coming to Earth. I was like,
oh.
Which would have been cool. But
that would have been cool, but come on. You're not going to build him up and then kill him that quick. Which I thought he was. Okay, we'll get to that. We're almost there. So, with.
Thor did kill him, all the creatures in the ship. Yeah.
Oh,
Thor,
he did?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
See, I was so.
That's what I thought.
I was so explosions.
Once he showed up, they started retreating because he started.
He was like, oh, this is easy.
Yeah.
Freaking cool.
So Thanos shows up again, or Thanos shows up.
Yeah, and he's throwing them left and right.
That whole time, it's this long scene with Scarlet Witch, saying, "I can't do it," and Vision's like, "You need to." She's like, "I don't want it." He's like, "You need to." I'm like, "Just fucking do it."
Just freaking do it.
I'm sorry.
So
at this point, I'll do it. Oh my god.
So she's destroying the stone, right? And he says, "I love you," right before he explodes, right?
Because their romance was implied in other movies.
Yeah. Well, you had to have some emotional bond and
I get it.
So he's destroyed. She's devastated, and he's like, "I understand. I sacrificed a lot too."
Yeah, and then he does the time stone.
And then he's like, "You know what? Screw this time." And he reverses it back, which was freaking cool. I was like, "Ha! His sacrifice and her."
Yeah.
That he just made their entire sacrifice, all of that, worth nothing because he just turns back time.
All this movie did was make things that happened irrelevant. So,
which I guess is what if you're that powerful, you can freaking do whatever you want.
Yeah.
So he reverses back.
You see Vision show up again, and Vision's eyes when he looks at him, he's like, he lifts him up, pulls the stone out,
straight up rips. It's like he's pushing it in, and then it just cracks like an egg. And then he just pulls it out.
When that part of his head cracked, I saw the stone was that looks weird.
There's this is actually a huge rock.
Yeah, there's that part, and then this weird part over here. I'm like, okay, whatever.
So but it's so weird because in the movie in Age of Ultron, it's just the tiny part, but then when he pulls it out, it's actually big. I'm like, did it grow in your skull? But whatever.
Russo brothers, buddy.
So he rips it out, literally throws Vision to the side, and Vision's all gray, and he has a huge hole in his head. Puts the stone. He has the entire Infinity Gauntlet now, which is something I've been wanting to see for 6 years, and it was freaking cool. And in no time, Thor throws his axe, hits him square in the chest.
Yeah, and then pushes it in.
I hated Thanos' face. I mean, I get you. If you have a blade in you and it's getting pushed into you, it's probably going to hurt. You're probably going to make a face that you're not proud of. However, the way that his face looked, just his eyes were all wide, his mouth was wide. I was like, oh, that's gross.
CG, bro.
Yeah. And so he pushed it in, and he's just like, you should have aimed for the head.
Yeah, and snaps. And it shows him in this weird dimension, and this is going back to the Soul Stone theory. It shows him this weird dimension where he's delivering one-word answers to this tiny little Gamora, but he's like, yeah, everything.
Oh, yeah. He didn't really
open her mouth
for that one, yeah.
So,
but, yeah, she was like, how much did it cost? Everything, which...
I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
everything, including Gamora, and that's about it. That's about all he sacrificed in that whole movie.
There's other children, which I don't know if he didn't really act like he had a relationship with them. But no, he says that he goes back. Thor's like, what did you just do? And then he does the portal. So the Infinity Stones still work. At this point, the Infinity Gauntlet's all charred and stuff, but they still work because he was still able to teleport back. It's just like his whole left side of his arm is just destroyed.
Yeah.
Is all charred and messed up. So he goes away, and at this point, Avengers are turning into dust, right? Winter Soldier first, then I think Falcon,
Black Panther,
Scarlet Witch, Spider-Man,
basically every
Star-Lord.
Guardian except for Nebula and Rocket.
Yeah, Groot. Yeah, it showed where M'Baku was in the field, and a lot of those people were going away, and
Spider-Man's death was the only one.
Spider-Man's was so hard.
For some reason, his was elongated.
Yeah.
I guess just to make the cinematic death of it, but that was sad.
That was really sad. It reminded me of the scene when he's like, you have these scenes that remind you of that he's a kid because he's scared, you know?
Yeah.
And because you had that scene when he's under all the rubble in Spider-Man Homecoming, and then this one reminded me of that where it was just like the heartbreaking moment because he's a freaking kid, you know?
Yeah. You just see Tony Stark just like.
Yeah. It was sad.
So, and now he's stuck on a planet with Nebula, which I would hate. I'd hate that.
Yeah.
I feel more bad for him than I do anyone else.
Because he's stuck with somebody he doesn't know.
He's stuck with Nebula.
Yeah. Just take the Guardian ship. Guardian ship should still be there.
Doctor Strange died.
Oh, right,
and before he died, he was like...
It was the only way.
It's the only way. We're in the end game now. Mm-hmm. So that's, again, that just kind of jumps onto our theory that this was supposed to happen.
Yeah, like he knew this was happening. That's why he gave him the stone.
This is the one way that they win is basically for Thanos to win and then for them to come back.
Rip.
Kind of like the 2011 Alabama season where Alabama lost to LSU, but we knew we were going to get their asses back in the Sugar Bowl 21 zip #RTR coming at you hot.
I would take your word on all that. I actually do remember that. I did actually watch that one. I don't watch sports. I did watch that one. That was a big year. It was my freshman year of college.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
So basically we think that, and I hate this because I work with a lot of people who aren't into like the nerdy side of the, I guess nerdy is not the right word, but the logistical side of these Marvel movies like we are.
Yeah.
We know.
Like contracts.
Yeah. Because all these people will start dying and I'm in the theater, like it's dead ass quiet.
Yeah, everyone's like, "Oh no!"
I see Bucky die. I'm like, he's got 5 more films left.
Mm-hmm. Then Black Panther goes, and I'm like, "You've already been greenlit for a sequel."
Spider-Man dies. I'm like, "You have literally started shooting your sequel."
Yeah, your movie comes on.
So, like, same with Doctor Strange. I'm like, dude, you're in a 6-film contract, and this is film number 2, maybe 3 if you count Ragnarok. But I don't know if you can or not. He's in a movie for what, 2 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm like, that's the only part I hate. Like, even the Guardians. Like
Guardians 3 is already
Guardians
announced.
3 is announced, and they've said Adam Warlock will appear in Guardians 3 after Avengers 4. I'm like, and Chris Pratt's already on for Guardians 3. And so that's the only.
So all that's happened. I'm like, you're fine, you're good.
Yeah,
you're fine.
So that is just like negates everything that they said earlier. It's like everyone who dies in this film dies. I'm like, no.
So, I mean, yeah, maybe they died.
They died, but they're coming back.
They're coming back. He said no resurrections. I'm like, yeah, there are.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, honestly, I was more concerned about the people that lived than I was about the people that died. Because the people that lived
have to go through all the insanities like planes crashing and stuff like that.
Well, I was more concerned. I was talking like Captain America, Iron Man, Thor, Hulk.
Oh yeah, because
like I was like, no, your contracts are coming up
after Avengers 4. Their contract's over. But I mean, like in the books, that happens. All I have to do is get the Infinity Gauntlet off him, which I'm assuming they will. Because I mean, it's not charred onto his body, but it's like charred. Like it just looks like it's been burnt or something. Right. But so I mean, all they need to do is just take it off, and then either snap their fingers or just use the stones again. Just be like, okay, everyone's back. Reverse time. So I mean, it happens in the Infinity Gauntlet book. Half the world dies, half the universe dies. So I'm not too worried about it. When it started happening, and I feel bad saying that. Because I see all these memes about when you enter Infinity War, when you leave Infinity War. I left Infinity War like all those people were fine.
Yeah,
all those people are fine.
My friend next to me was all like, "Oh yeah, no, I can't believe that." And I'm like, "Dude, they're fine. They're already signed on for contracts." And he's like, "Well, maybe not because Quicksilver." And I'm like, "Shut up," dude. Because he was talking about how oh well, yeah, they have a Spider-Man movie coming out, but how do we know it's Peter Parker? I'm like. Because it's Peter Parker. Because Tom Parker.
Tom Holland's contract is huge.
Oh yeah, he'll be.
It's like 6 films, and like 6 films after Homecoming. Because Civil War, he didn't have a film deal.
Yeah, and now he does.
Yeah, and he signed his first movie out of that 6 contract was Homecoming, so he still has. I guess this was 1.
Yeah,
and then part 4 is in. I'm guessing, and then so I mean, you don't even need the full Infinity Gauntlet. You just need the Time Stone. And then you're good. But So sequel names. What do you think the sequel name is going to be?
Avengers.
Because that's basically the whole movie. Yeah. And the post-credit scene is Nick Fury and Maria Hill in New York, and you see all this stuff happening. Yeah. They disappear.
It's a pager,
and it's Captain Marvel.
Yeah,
which
you knew was coming.
Was cool. And there's only one post-credit scene, and that's it. That's basically the whole movie.
Yeah. So she's going to be in the sequel.
Yeah.
If she didn't disappear.
And she's
a 50-50 shot.
Which she's
fine. She's in the movie. She's literally on set photos.
Yeah, we've seen set photos, and then her movie comes out right before Infinity War. So I'm assuming the post-credit scene of that is going to probably be, because it takes place in the 90s, post-credit scene will probably be modern day. Mm-hmm. Like people disappearing around her and her getting that page and being like, ah.
Yeah.
And then driving that.
Yeah.
So that's it. That's the whole movie.
That's pretty much the movie, minus maybe a couple of scenes here or there.
Yeah. So if you watched our old podcast, the one earlier today, like an hour or two ago, we said there were some characters that got basically put to the back.
Shuri
was one.
Falcon.
Winter Soldier was one.
Oh yeah.
Falcon was one, and those are all characters that I'm like,
yeah, the movie's what can they really be about you?
Yeah, War Machine got a lot of time, which I didn't expect, but I mean, in the long term, Captain America got very.
Yeah, he got shipped a lot more.
Very disappointed with.
There was no, I mean, besides the holding of the Infinity Gauntlet, there was no scene where Captain America was there where I was like, oh yeah, that awesome
like,
scene.
Even the scene where he like grabs him, like we saw.
Well, yeah, we saw it in the trailer. That was your coolest scene. Yeah.
So, I don't know. I didn't like Black Widow in this movie, and I usually like Black Widow. She's usually pretty cool. She said like what 2 things? She said, "Banner, we don't want to kill you, but we will." Weird line.
That's gross.
It's a weird line, and that's gross. I'm like, okay.
Does she say anything else?
I don't. She might say some other stuff to Banner.
I did like her team up with Okoye though.
Oh, yeah, that was cool.
I thought that was cool.
That was cool. Oh, she said, "You're not alone." Just it seemed like all of her dialogue when she talked was recorded in like another place, and they just tried to put it into her because she sounded so quiet. Right. So I don't know, but I didn't love her in this movie, and I'm not like a huge Black Widow fan, but whatever. Mm-hmm. Hawkeye and Ant-Man aren't in this movie
at all. They explained that they took a deal after Civil War with the government saying, "Hey, we have families, like we don't want you hunting us down, so they're on house arrest." Blah, blah, blah. So, which I mean explains why in the trailer for Ant-Man he has the ankle brace or whatever.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, like, that explains Ant-Man and the Wasp, I guess.
I will say this, because I know people are going to be very confused when Ant-Man and the Wasp comes out. It does not take place during Infinity War or after Infinity War. It takes place before, in between
after
Infinity
Civil War.
Yeah.
Before Infinity War.
Yeah, and it'll probably go into Infinity War because he's also been seen on set with the Avengers 4. Which there's a part on the on-set footage that has been leaked, and it shows Ant-Man, Captain America, and his Avengers
1,
and Iron Man. So I don't know if they're going to go to some different reality.
They have here's the thing. So apparently, and this is my theory.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's a multiverse. The multiverse is going to be introduced.
Yeah.
And they kind of introduced it in Doctor Strange, but it's going to be further explored in Ant-Man and the Wasp. That's what I've heard. Well, here's the thing. If you look at those set photos very, very carefully.
They all have like a...
Mm-hmm, they all have a little wrist, like some kind of like blue wristwatch thing.
Yeah.
That they're wearing. And I'm like, are they in a different... Like he gives... It's Ant-Man, Captain America, and Iron Man, and they're going to different realities. And every reality, they have like a different outfit, and that's like his Avengers 1 outfit or whatever. I'm like, I don't know, but I don't know. I think that'd be like that would explain it a little. I don't know, because I mean, we're talking Infinity Gauntlet stuff. Like stuff gets weird.
Anything could happen. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
I thought that was weird. Either that or that's just his new outfit, which I don't. No one liked the Avengers outfit, so I don't think it will be.
Yeah.
But you never saw Captain America and Tony meet in this movie, which that's fine. You'll probably see them meet in the original one. Avengers Assemble has not been said.
Not been said yet. I think they're saving that for the 4th one.
When everybody,
I think, because there's not one shot with everyone yet, and I guarantee you're gonna get that in Avengers 4. You know, sure. Like they had a photo shoot with all of the event, like literally almost everybody that's ever been in one of those movies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if they can get all of them there for that, they can get all of them there for one day of shooting for an awesome, crazy scene like that.
Yeah.
I guarantee you're going to have that in Avengers 4. I'm thinking Avengers 4 is going to be more fan service than Infinity War. And Infinity War was awesome.
Infinity War is a lot of build up to the sequel.
Yeah. Which at the same time, it does hold up as its own.
I wish.
Kind of.
I'm going to be that guy.
Do it.
I don't freaking understand why they won't just announce the title of Avengers 4. I thought it was going to be at the end of the credits.
Which I thought would be really cool.
Because it says Thanos will
return.
Instead of Avengers will return. Mm-hmm. So at this point, I'm like, okay, I get the marketing. You don't want spoilers. How much money this movie's made? Everyone's seen it.
Everybody's seen it.
So, I mean, I think the title is either going to be Avengers Infinity Gauntlet or Avengers Endgame.
Yeah, which honestly,
because in one Avengers 1, Captain America's like, that's up there, that's the end game.
Yeah.
And then in Doctor Strange, he says, we're in the end game now, Tony.
Right.
So I think it's going to be called Avengers Endgame or just Infinity
Which I think honestly would be a stupid title.
What?
Like it does, I mean, it fits, but like they said it would be a spoiler, which I
can't think of anything.
I can't either.
Unless you call it Thanos, half the world is ash.
I mean, I honestly can't think of one that would just genuinely, like, if they said the title for Avengers 4, like, oh, that would totally spoil Infinity War.
Yeah.
Like, I can't think of anything that would just, like, title wise, that would really spoil it. Because even then, Endgame,
it doesn't spoil it.
Infinity
Gauntlet doesn't really spoil anything because
you know he has it. Yeah.
So if you're in the chat, what do you think the title for Avengers 4 will be?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be either Endgame or Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah.
In our previous podcast, I thought it was going to be called Secret Wars.
That is true. Yeah.
But I
had that theory too.
Completely different route than this one took.
Yeah.
So, because I thought it was going to be like super dark and be like, you know what? I'm not going to kill you. I can kill you, but you're going to have to kill you like amongst yourselves and take them to Battle World or something like that.
Yeah.
But, we have one for Endgame.
Endgame, you think that?
Caitlin's on my side for Endgame.
No, I just like. I'm gonna be so disappointed if they announce it and it's like it is called Infinity Gauntlet.
Well, I mean, at this point they built it up so much. It's kind of like I don't know, something that's been built up over a long period of time.
Last Jedi. No.
Like kind of like that, but not like I don't know. Okay, kind of like
The Force Awakens was a lame name.
Force Awakens is a lame name. Last Jedi is not.
That one made me go.
But it's not.
But
there's a Jedi at the end.
Yeah. Well, it was one Jedi.
Now there's two. Yeah, that Force.
Oh yeah.
So there's at least two left.
Yeah, it's the last two Jedi.
Yeah, well, and we all know that Kit Fisto is still alive.
Yeah, of
He's
course.
eternal. He is God.
He is God. Next to Goomba.
Goomba and Kit Fisto are the father and the son.
Stupid. How do we go from Infinity War to... Never mind. So, that's pretty much...
I'm looking around to see things that have been built up over time that... I mean, basically, they're building up this title so much. Justice League was kind of built... Batman vs. Superman.
Oh, God, yes.
Built up so much, and when you finally saw it, you're like,
oh,
well, that just sucked.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think at this point, I don't think the title's going to suck. I'm just like, just announce it at this point. Like, are you waiting for Comic-Con? Because
I'm not waiting until July. You forget all that crap.
Yeah, I think that's... I mean, if you're going to announce release a trailer with it in Comic-Con, that's fine. But you can announce the title now. Do it right now.
Yeah.
Now, Marvel.
Do it now, Marvel.
Now.
Jeez.
So, but I mean, because everyone knows it's going to be Infinity Gauntlet, basically. I mean, I would say there's a 90% chance. Unless it's called Avengers 4, The Death of Captain America.
Yeah, shoot.
Or Avengers Disassembled.
Yeah.
So.
Or Avengers 4, Batman dies.
Avengers 4, our contracts are up.
Our contracts are up.
So.
Come watch us die.
I mean, there's nothing at this point that because I was watching the movie too, I was like, what would be a spoiler? Infinity Gauntlet, I guess, would be a spoiler. But I mean, then again, every single Thanos toy has him with the... I mean, I guess because how profitable is a Thanos toy with 2 stones?
That is true.
Like you had in the trailer.
That is true.
So...
I'd be really disappointed because then I'd be looking around and be like, now I want the Infinity Gauntlet because I know he has it. What else we got?
Yes.
Disassembled would be cool.
Disassembled would be cool. We did Yeah, so how the Avengers can come back, all the ones that died, Time Stone. You just get the Infinity Gauntlet and snap again. You can do whatever you want. The Infinity Gauntlet, they never really showed you its true power, but it's the power of God. It can do
seriously. He can do whatever he wants. He literally takes on some of like the most powerful beings in the entire Marvel multiverse, and like he takes them out all at one time. They're trying to take him out, destroy the fabric of reality as they're taking him out, and they still can't beat him.
Yeah.
So I want to see more of that stuff in Avengers 4. I don't care what they call it. I want the Infinity Gauntlet to be let loose.
If you haven't, sorry,
go for it.
My charger. Okay, if you haven't read Infinity Gauntlet, how they basically beat him is he takes out all the celestial beings, basically in the Marvel universe, all the big higher ups.
Yeah.
And his body basically becomes a shell of itself because he becomes
essentially eternal.
God.
Yeah. He becomes this, what do they call it? Eternity.
Yeah. He becomes this just being. At this point, but his body is still there.
The universe. He becomes the universe, but his body is still there.
Yeah.
With the Infinity Gauntlet.
All they literally did was.
Yeah, literally the girl. It was Nebula, and Nebula takes off the Infinity Gauntlet off of his body and then uses it to reverse everything that happened. And I think we're gonna get something along those lines.
Because that's really, I mean, other than that, because how else are you gonna take it off him? Because you can't do the same thing they did when Star-Lord interrupted him again. So I think it's going to be the original Avengers because they're the only ones that lived, basically, or the original Avengers with some minor characters throughout. I think they're going to get the original 6, is it?
Yeah.
And then they'll somehow take it off them, get the Infinity Gauntlet. I think Captain America will die. I don't think Iron Man's going to die.
You don't think so?
I don't think Tony Stark will die.
Yeah.
I think Robert Downey Jr. loves these movies so much because if he dies, I mean, because you can still have him in like cameos in Spider-Man and other movies here and there.
Right.
Just as Tony Stark, I think he'll give up Iron Man.
Right.
But I don't think he'll die. I don't think Tony Stark will die.
No.
But I think Captain America will die with the Infinity Gauntlet on his arm, like bringing everyone back, and it's just too much for him to handle, and that's how he dies. So.
That'd be heroic.
That's my theory, but yeah, I think they'll take it off of him.
That makes sense. I respect that.
I don't know how they will, but I guess he'll just become the shell of himself again.
I mean, I literally have no idea what they're gonna do for Avengers 4.
Yeah,
I'm excited about it.
I don't think Captain America's gonna make it. I think Thor will live because Thor's expressed so much interest. Chris Hemsworth has expressed so much interest in being in another movie.
I heard something about him being a big deal moving forward after Avengers 4.
Him and Valkyrie's been confirmed. So she did not die.
She did not die.
Tessa Thompson came out and was like her contract is 3 films, I think.
She's only been in 1.
Yeah, she's been in 1, and she has basically been saying, yeah, we're working on creating a Marvel, like a Girls of Marvel movie, which I would want to see, unlike DC doing this Gotham City Sirens. But like it'd be like her and Captain Marvel or something like that.
That'd be cool. I'd be A-okay with that.
Kick ass. Yes. You know what I mean? So, yeah. But
I'd be so okay with that.
Yeah, but I mean to get into some of the nitty gritty, the CGI on a lot of Thanos scenes is there's never a point where I'm like looking at him like, well, that's just effing horrible.
Yeah.
There are some scenes where it's like, okay, that's bad. Like after he gets a soul stone, he's laying in this pool. I'm like,
oh yeah,
like that just I can't even look. And when he gets axed in the chest, like that looks bad.
Yeah.
The Black Order actually looks pretty good. Only one of them looks like a cartoon character, and that's the girl
Proxima.
Is that the Gall and Maya?
Proxima Midnight.
She's the only one I'm like looking at. I'm like, you don't look real. But like Ebony Maw looked fine to me. And he was the one that a lot of people were like, he doesn't look real to me. And I'm looking at him like, looks fine.
Yeah, I had no issues.
Like, obviously, he's not really there.
Yeah.
He doesn't, I don't know what they expected him to look human or something, but she is the only one that, like, even when she talked or anything like that, I guess her brother, is that the other dude? Corvus Glaive.
Corvus Glaive is actually her husband.
Are you serious?
I'm so happy. Comics, they're husband.
I am literally so happy for them.
I can tell.
But he, at some, like when he's on the ground, because Scarlet Johansson, Black Widow, stabs him at one point, and he's like, I can't get up. So at that scene where they're on the ground together, I'm like, they don't look like they're there. But I thought he looked fine too. Mm-hmm. So Proxima Midnight and Thanos, a lot of the times to me, just were like,
yeah. And then it was when he was sitting down in the throne room. I don't know if it was the lighting. I was just like,
yeah, you don't.
Something's off.
When he's talking to Gamora, I'm like he gets down in her face, and it's like,
Sad.
What do you say?
You lied about it.
Yeah, something like that. He like basically bends down, like gets in her face, and I'm like, yeah, you don't look real.
Right.
And then when Bruce Banner like shows his face in the Hulkbuster suit, I was like, both times that happens, I'm like, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like when Thanos comes up in Wakanda and they do like that angle where like he's not in focus, but you see him back there standing there with all the Avengers, I'm like, that would look cool if it was practical.
Right.
But it's a 10-foot tall purple guy.
Yeah, I think if you try doing practical with him, you end up getting Apocalypse.
Yeah. Which,
God, I was so pissed that Apocalypse sucked. Apocalypse was my favorite X-Men villain.
Oh, you said Apocalypse. I thought Doomsday.
No. Oh.
Not Doomsday. Darkseid. I don't know why. But
no, Apocalypse. God, I wish that movie was good.
So, I mean, I thought the practical of him in Avengers, like the face up, looked fine. But I mean, obviously, you can't do that.
Nah.
So,
not if he's gonna stand next to other people.
Yeah, because he was a small little dude in that chair.
Yeah, it really was.
But other than that, I mean, I didn't like some of the characters in this movie that I've grown to love, like Star-Lord. I didn't love him in this movie. He pissed me off so much. Gamora was cool.
Mm-hmm.
There's just a lot of arcs in this film that just seemed kind of choppy. A lot of scenes. Like it jumped around a lot, which it would. There's so many characters. But the whole Thor scene, until he shows up on Wakanda, I just was like,
I know, I clocked out.
I don't care.
I was like, dude, just get this over.
Yeah.
Like I've seen you holding the axe in your toy. Like I know you got it.
It's literally a toy, like the Stormbreaker toy.
Yeah.
Like
it's literally, I was like, I know it happens. Yeah.
Like same thing with the Infinity Gauntlet. Infinity Gauntlet with all the stones is a toy.
It's
I'm like,
freaking there.
Like a kid's toy. It's not like only Hot Toys was the one to break that. So
right.
Avengers 4 title, and I think it's gonna be Infinity Gauntlet or Endgame.
Mm-hmm.
You're thinking Infinity Gauntlet?
Either Infinity Gauntlet. I'm hoping it's something we haven't named at all.
Wasn't that one interview with Zoe Saldana? She's like, "Yeah, we've been working on Infinity War and Gauntlet and blah blah blah." I'm like,
"Yeah, there it is." Yeah, so, which if it's Infinity Gauntlet, I'm gonna be like,
"Just reveal it."
Just reveal it. Like
at this point, we're all gonna be like, "Okay,
yeah, we know.
Yeah, we know it is."
Yeah,
and I can't think of anything. Sounds so super pretentious, but I can't think of anything cool that would be a spoiler for this movie.
Yeah.
Like unless you call it Avengers Hulk comes back.
Yeah, it's not gonna work.
Or like something like that, like something specific, like Avengers time travel, time force.
No, please. I don't think the world's ready for that, man.
The world ain't ready for a Megazord. Time Force would kick Look, hear me out. Time Force, Power Rangers Time Force. Wes and Jen alone could kick Thanos' ass in 2 minutes max.
You think so?
Dude, they destroyed Ransik.
Oh God, no.
Yeah. If you give me Quantum Ranger versus Thanos by himself, game over. Ain't no thing.
Right.
Quantum Ranger ain't of this world, all right?
Right.
Matters of time and space don't pertain to him.
Right.
So he's fine. But Wes and Jen, that dynamic duo, best power couple out there. No, dude, I'm not even listening to anything you're saying right now because they're just so intense. But whatever, dude. Captain Marvel's going to be in the sequel. I think she'll be a big part in defeating him.
Mm-hmm. She is like one of the most powerful characters.
I wonder if he'll be in Captain Marvel.
Who? Thanos?
Yeah. I mean, it hasn't been confirmed because I think
Ronan's in it.
Ronan's in it. I think she could be his Adam Warlock. I'm fine with her being that.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
If you don't know Infinity Gauntlet, basically, Thanos' arch nemesis is this guy named Adam Warlock at the end of Guardians 2. He's the one in the cocoon.
Right.
It looks like they have no plans of bringing him into the MCU at this point. And I was a big activist of Adam Warlock, but if you bring him in now, it's just going to be like some rando.
Yeah, or some rando.
Which I'm fine with. I really hope he's not like evil in Guardians 3.
Right.
But or at least evil for the first half of the movie, and then they have to come together because he's a good guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I think he's called like the Gold Surfer or something like that.
Yeah.
The Gold Skier.
Gold Skier.
But him and Silver Surfer are buds. Guardians of the Galaxy, they're buds. But I don't think he's coming back. I think Captain Marvel's going to be his big arch nemesis.
Which I'm cool with.
Which I'm awesome cool with.
I'm awesome.
I'm awesome cool with. So, we'll see.
Yeah.
But
that's half the fun of this is that we get to speculate.
I mean, at least until the script is released, which might be soon.
Yeah. Here's hoping. Because fingers crossed.
Film's done.
Mm-hmm.
All you gotta do is the trailer now.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know.
And we'll be getting that. Now, luckily, we only have to wait a year for this puppy.
Yeah. A year and a week.
Really, just till about July before we start hearing things.
Yeah.
About it. Which even really maybe even just D23 before we start hearing things.
When is that?
Usually about a couple weeks before Comic-Con. So
which I don't think. I think I read somewhere that Marvel's doesn't have a panel at Comic-Con. They do everything at D23 now.
They had that a couple of years ago, but then like with Civil War, but then like the past 2 years, like 2016, 2017.
They'll probably have like Infinity Gauntlet stuff. I'm just gonna assume that's the title.
Because 2017 they showed the Infinity War trailer. They showed off Thor Ragnarok.
They showed the Infinity Gauntlet at Comic-Con.
Yep.
Josh Brolin, why?
He had it.
Just. Yeah. I did. I am so sorry. I muted it when I did that.
So we've just been sitting here for
basically what it all we said in that span of time was Infinity Gauntlet is the name of the title.
The name.
Infinity Gauntlet. They're trying to hide it. They're trying to say it's not a part 2, but it is a part 2. So
it's definitely a part 2.
Yeah.
Rock and roll.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else because we're gonna try not to talk about it until the trailer for Infinity Gauntlet is released. Because we've had this is our 12th episode, 11th episode.
Right.
Every single one we brought up Infinity Gauntlet.
Infinity Gauntlet.
Or Infinity War. So I'm just trying to get everything out of the way.
So we don't talk about that for the next however long it takes.
Try to think of anything else. Ant-Man is definitely in part 2.
I
think
Hawkeye is probably going to be in part 2 for sure. Which is weird because they were both in the first poster for Infinity War.
Were they?
Mm-hmm. Very first poster they showed at Comic-Con last year. It had Hawkeye was in the back and he had like one of those shaved cuts with the like area up top, like right there. And then
the Dave West cut.
The Dave West cut, and then Ant-Man was on somebody's shoulder. And then they weren't.
So they're in the damn film.
Mm-hmm.
They're in part 2.
They're in part 2.
Because they filmed everything together.
And then Loki was in it too.
Loki's in all the promotion and everything. Dude,
was he in the posters and stuff?
I think he's in the posters.
I'm not.
He's in that little like thing that Jimmy Fallon just released, like the Marvel Brady Bunch or whatever.
Interesting.
He does. If you watch any interview, he's in like a lot of the press tours.
He's in it for 5 minutes tops.
Yeah.
Right.
So I mean, that'd be like Paul Giamatti doing all.
But then again, he had more screen time than freaking that girl, and she's in the
Shuri.
Yeah, Shuri is on the main posters.
So is Hulk.
And so is Hulk. Which you gotta pick and choose. You got all these characters. You gotta pick and choose which ones are gonna be in it.
Hulk sells more than Mark Ruffalo.
That is probably true.
All right. I think that's everything I want to get off my chest.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm good.
I think all this movie wasn't overhyped.
No.
But a lot of the deaths are oversold.
Yeah.
all of those deaths, except for the ones that Thanos killed individually, which even then Gamora has a chance to come back because I think she's just in the Soul Stone. And I think that'll play a huge part because I think she's going to help, like, basically be the man on the inside to get the Infinity Gauntlet off. Because I think that has Adam more like in the Infinity Gauntlet, right? Like, he's in the Soul Stone while he has the Infinity Gauntlet.
Yes.
And he's just like,
get
it out.
Pretty much manipulates it.
So I think that's what it's going to be. I think they're going to maybe not find a way to contact her, but they're basically, she's going to be like, I'm in the Soul Stone. I've got to do my work inside here. And stuff needs to go on outside.
Right.
And so I think it's going to be a dual battle there. I don't think she's dead. I haven't looked up her contract, but there's a Guardians 3. So she may or may not be in it. All of those characters, I think they oversold the deaths. I don't think any of those characters are actually dead. Any of the characters that turn to dust. Loki's dead.
Heimdall's dead.
I
think that's pretty much it.
I think,
like, for sure. Dead.
I think we'll see some more, like, death.
Vision will be fine.
It may be. After this movie, I'm okay with Vision dying because I never have liked the design of the MCU Vision.
Maybe he'll get a redesign because now that old form is all has a huge giant hole in his forehead.
I like his teal and pink look. So I think Vision might stay dead, but like Scarlet Witch is coming back, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, Guardians, Bucky, Falcon, all of them are coming back. So and I hate that. But I definitely think we need to be a lot more scared for Avengers 4 than this one.
Yep, I agree so. Because I think that's where your more permanent deaths are going to be.
That's where your main Avengers are probably going to die.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure, Cap.
And I hate that, but yeah, for sure, Cap.
And I think it'll be like probably the best death we've ever seen on screen. But like people saying that Thanos is this generation's Darth Vader, and this might be one of the best movies ever made. It's not my favorite MCU film.
Yeah,
we gave it ratings in the last podcast. I gave it a solid B. On a bad day, it'll be a B minus, but normally I'm just gonna give it a B. Joe gave it a B plus. So it's not a 9 out of 10. It's not a
close
90.
to it. I gave it like an 89.
I'll give it like an 84.
Give it an 89.
So, but Thanos being our generation's Darth Vader, I don't agree with that.
Yeah.
And I think I would have liked him more if he was kind of like how he was in the books. I like the direction they're going with him in this one, but like the whole thing, like I need to be the one to balance the universe. Like, why?
Right.
Like I get it. Like your planet died off because of overpopulation, but in the Infinity Gauntlet books, he literally does it just to impress the physical embodiment of death. That's pretty evil to me. And this one, he's like, I'm doing it to help. And I'm like, I get it. That's kind of the direction they're going.
It's a lot more sympathetic.
That's the direction they went with Killmonger's villain. Hela, they made her pure evil, just to be evil. And I loved it. And she's one of my favorite villains. So they're definitely going that direction more and more now. It seems like they're just going like, the problem with our villains were they weren't relatable. I'm like, yes and no. But now they're making them like overly relatable. Like Killmonger, a lot of people were like, I didn't want him to die because I related. I didn't. I hated Killmonger. But like Thanos,
Vulture, Hela.
Vulture worked.
Vulture worked.
Hela wasn't relatable. Hela was just like, I want power.
Screw you guys.
So, and I like that. Every now and then you need that kind of villain, and that's what I always liked about Thanos is that he was that kind of villain.
Right.
Just kind of like, I'm doing it just for the sake of doing it.
I respect it
because I can. So, I don't know. I don't like that take on Thanos now, and I guess it'll make his death a lot more sympathetic too. But yeah, that's all I have. I think that's it with Avengers Infinity War that I want to talk about until our trailer comes out.
Fair enough. I respect it. I think I got mine covered. I think we've talked enough about Thanos for the past 11 weeks.
Yes.
I
think it's been 12 weeks because we missed a week.
That's true. However, I think we've talked about him enough.
Yes.
Yeah, I think this was a good way to finish off our Thanos obsessions.
We'll have another one of these when Part 4 comes out.
Oh, heck yeah. No. I guarantee you 12 weeks out from Avengers, whatever it is.
We'll be talking about
even more because we'll get trailers before that.
Trailers, footage.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. I guarantee you Comic-Con.
So,
but
if anything, you have at least a year before we talk about Thanos again.
Yeah.
Probably not. Yeah, honestly, we might mention them next week.
Yeah, probably get a name drop or something.
Yeah.
Especially when I get my Infinity Gauntlet.
If you get it, dude, Amazon, step your game up. All right.
Yeah, there were so many people with those things, but I'm so excited about mine. But no, I think this is gonna be. I think this is awesome. So.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, you guys? Yes.
Shut up.
So, no, awesome. So, thank you for dealing with our 100 and a half hour.
Hour and a half.
Sorry, hour and a half long discussion on the spoilers of Infinity War.
Yes.
And we hope you enjoyed it, and we hope you guys go out and see the movie. You probably have already seen it. Look, who do we kid? That movie made stupid amounts of money. But how many times do you plan on seeing it?
Yeah, that's probably something we'll talk about next week. Is how much money it's making.
Oh God.
Because it's opening weekend ends tonight.
Mm-hmm. No, you guys have a fantastic week. Talk Nerd. If you guys are going to pick up the new Avengers comic that's coming out this Wednesday, awesome. I'll be having a video on that on Friday if I can help it.
Yeah. Sorry. We'll get back to our regular scheduled program. It's been a very busy week last week, so we didn't have a video on Wednesday or Friday. Mm-hmm. But starting Monday, tomorrow.
Yep. We'll be back on it. We'll be back on it. We got this.
Yeah.
So. Thank you guys. Continue to talk nerd, and until next time.
Yes. Peter Parker, welcome to the chat. I am so sorry. You
just missed. I'm sorry, dude.
Great
name.
Glad to know that you're alive.
Yeah, I know. We were worried about you.
Glad to know that Peter Parker's still kicking. So.
Hey, yeah, man.
Yeah, but yes. So we'll have a video up Monday. Monday's gaming.
Yep.
Wednesday's movies. Friday is comic books.
Yep.
Anything relating to such.
That's the one.
Yes.
Sweet.
We were going to. Sorry, I know you want to go to bed. Sorry, we were going to do an Avengers Infinity War review on Monday, or not Monday, Friday, but when it came out, so I guess 2 days ago, but we just didn't.
No.
Because we'd had to film it.
Yeah, and then we had to go see it again.
We had to go see it again that night.
So
it is what it is.
Yeah.
But we'll probably post reviews on Stardust.
Oh yeah, I need to put I did all my MCU reviews on there.
Yeah, so follow us on Stardust. I did
DJ Ellis Nerd Talk
and Silly Dylan.
If you want this one. DJ Ellis Nerd Talk for this one. Silly Dylan for this one.
Yes, I'm personalized, so I can say whatever I want.
Yep, go for it.
And not have to ruin our channel.
No.
What else? We're on Twitter, Instagram. As DJ Ellis Nerd Talk on both of those.
Yep.
Try to think.
We'll have to get that Facebook page up.
Get a Facebook page up eventually. Do people still use Facebook?
Great question. After all that stuff that happened, that's a great question.
Come on, Zuck.
Man, okay, yeah, we're gonna keep on going on with the going on.
Yeah, we'll do another live stream or podcast. They'll go back to being the standard hour-long ones, unless we just get really into it. Mm-hmm. But this one was only an hour and a half because of the
craziness.
Yeah, what we had to talk about.
Yeah, there's a whole movie.
Yeah.
To talk about 2.5 hour long movie.
It'll be on not Spotify. It'll be on iTunes and SoundCloud tomorrow. So maybe even tonight. I might do it tonight. But because it takes 2 seconds to upload.
Right.
But that'll be on iTunes definitely by tomorrow afternoon. Right. And I think that's it.
Yep.
Peter Parker, I am so sorry that you came in late, but if you just rewind it, dude, you can watch the whole thing.
Whole stinking thing, man. We talk about you a lot.
Yeah, we do talk about you a lot.
A whole lot.
Yeah, we do.
All righty.
I'm so glad that you're alive. But also Patreon. We're on Patreon.
Patreon, yes.
So, we are trying to save up for an actual camera.
Yeah.
Because right now we're using an HD webcam on a tripod.
Yeah.
But it works fine.
Yeah, as long as you guys can see us, it's working. It's working something.
If we get a camera, we'll be able to do more vlogs, more impromptu videos, a better resolution even, so we won't have to worry about lighting as much, but we'll definitely get that going soon. So Joe, you want to do some kind of grand
I do, yes. So
with your right-handed
with my right-handed Infinity Gauntlet from the comics, because that's totally how it is. No, I'm gonna snap my fingers and this is gonna end.
Come on, dude. God, I can't edit this. This is a lot.
Sure you can. You ready?
Let me get out of the drive. Bye, guys. This is the last time you'll see me.
Take care of yourselves, and until next time, stay talking nerd.